The King could be out 6 weeks, and the latest report is that he will indeed be out approximately 3 more weeks from now. The Lakers have slid down to 5th in the West since LeBron suffered that high ankle sprain. So, Shannon, are you surprised by this?
I'm not surprised at all because that was the initial report. They said between 4 and 6 weeks, and he's going to come in right on schedule.
Well, he's coming in at the back end of that. But 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right?
Yeah, they said 4 to 6. They didn't say 2 to 4. They said 4 to 6. So any time within that time frame is what was estimated, and LeBron's going to come into that. They said the same thing with AD. They said AD is going to miss somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks. AD is going to come in right in at about 8 weeks. I think he's going to play somewhere between 7 in the next 10 days, which will be about 8 weeks. Okay, boom, there you go. I mean, what you expect, Skip? Look, I get it. And a lot of people say, well, I've had this injury and I've had that injury, but you don't understand. Your injury doesn't affect. If I work a regular job, Skip, I have an injury, I can still go to work and do my job. LeBron James has got to perform at the highest of levels. He's the best player in the NBA, and he can't be 50%. Because if he's 50%, they can't win a championship. He understands that he needs to come back guns a-blazing. AD understands he needs to come back guns a-blazing. So for me, this is what you do. You prepare, you say 6 to 8 weeks. If he comes back in 6, you're happy. LeBron, 4 to 6. If he comes back in week 4, you're very happy with that. But you knowing that these injuries, give or take, is gonna be what they say they're gonna be. So I like with the way the team is playing, is giving the guys an opportunity to play, because I think the thing is, Skip, is that what we saw. You're not playing 12, 14 guys come playoff time. And minutes are going to be valuable, because we saw last year there are some series JaVale and Dwight didn't play. And then there are some series that they were heavily, heavily involved. But what we're seeing is that guys like, okay, I want minutes. I want some of these playoff minutes. And Keith Morris and Trez and Tucker and all these guys, you know, some series, they might not get an opportunity to play. You got to stay ready, but you might not get an opportunity to play. But everything is going to be contingent on those big two. LeBron and AD. If they're healthy, nothing else matters.
Okay, I hear everything you just said. But to me, when I heard this yesterday, maybe it was Saturday night I heard this, it boggled my mind. I was perplexed to the point of being completely baffled by this, because many times on this show, I've called LeBron James Iron Man.
Right.
Most durable superstar I have ever closely observed. I closely observed him about 3 Saturdays ago against the Atlanta Hawks in an early afternoon game out here on the Pacific time zone. And I saw Solomon Hill, and then I saw LeBron in anguish on the floor. And then I saw LeBron, as he always does, he got right up. And the next thing I know, he's playing basketball. And the next thing I know, there he is going down. The next thing I know, he's actually looking to be okay, because he was walking around under his own power, which you rarely see of something that's going to cost you 6 weeks. And the next thing I know, he's in the corner shooting a 3. Here we go. And he's making the 3 and bouncing, hopping on that ankle after he made the 3. He is hopping.
No, he's hopping on his left. He hurt the right
But he's putting his weight on his right, and he's pushing off on his right.
You see him limping.
And I see him running up the court, pushing off on his right foot and ankle. And I'm seeing him walk off as if he has no real right ankle problem.
You saw the man limping, Skip.
How many times do you see people walk under their own power all the way to the locker room with something that's going to knock them out for 6 weeks? It just doesn't happen.
Kobe walked to the locker room with a torn Achilles.
Okay, but it's torn and he's gone for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but okay, he walked.
Okay, all right. But this was different. AD's Achilles, I got it. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't come back at all this year, because it is so serious, because once that goes, you're done. But on an ankle that they x-rayed, they MRI'd and found no structural damage, no tendon damage, no ligament damage. I don't get 6 weeks. So now I have to go back to my theory, and I'm sorry, you can say, oh, yeah, you're just blowing some smoke over there. No, I'm not. I really believe, remember, there were points earlier this year after a couple of months, LeBron was leading the league in minutes played at age 36 in year 18. And I kept telling you day after day, that's just crazy. That's like basketball suicide. You're just spinning your wheels. You're using yourself up because You want to maximize your chances to catch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time points record.
Right.
I get that. You want to win MVP. I get that. It would be great to win it in year 18. That would be a huge achievement, and it would look great on your case that you're the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
And yet it doesn't get you anywhere when you're talking about winning your, what's he up to now, 5th ring?
Yeah.
And I believe somebody got to LeBron upstairs. I don't know if it's Pelinka,
So now
Genie, or somebody, and said, hey, let's just back off. We have a legitimate excuse here. Let's maximize your time off. If it's 4 to 6, let's take 6. So that when you do come back, and AD does come back, they hope, full strength, then LeBron will be completely, utterly rested. What was this, the shortest offseason he's ever had? He would be completely, utterly ready to go full bore into the playoffs.
So in other words, with the exception of what happened in Miami those 4 years, you've told me that LeBron controlled everything in every organization. Cleveland, all of his years there. Lakers, since he's been there, he controls it. Now, somebody is controlling LeBron.
Not controlling. I think they got to him and said, let's think about this.
Really?
Let's wake up and wise up. Let's keep our eye on the biggest prize, which is your 5th ring.
LeBron has told you. LeBron says, if I'm healthy, I'm playing. Bogle says, yeah, we try to monitor his minutes, but he wants to play, he's going to play. When you get to that level and you says, I'm playing, nobody's taking you out of the lineup. That's just the way it goes.
That injury that he suffered looked like the kind of injury that he could play with 2 days later. Seriously, I'm giving you nothing but the highest compliment here.
But he couldn't. Look, I tore my MC in the Super Bowl. I put some perspective on it. Tore my MCL in the Super Bowl on a play. Guess what? I came back in the game and tried to run a route. I couldn't.
Okay.
That was it. Okay, he came back in.
You're going to have surgery, and you're going to be gone for a while.
I just had a great. They just let it heal up. But anyway.
Okay, so you did not get.
I didn't get surgery. No.
All right.
LeBron, he stayed. I think he stayed in the game. He hit a 3, jogged down the court, and he says, "No, I can't. The pain is just too much. I can't."
Man, if you can just jog on it.
No.
It's hard to believe that you're out for 6 weeks. And you're LeBron James. It's hard to buy.
No, it's not hard to buy, Skip. Stop that. You keep saying he's Iron Man, but he got injured. He got hurt. And hey, maybe somebody else had kept him out 8 weeks, kept him out 10 weeks.
Well, aren't you happy that he's going to be rested when he comes back? No?
I want LeBron James to play.
Oh.
We're about to win the MVP.
Well,
we're about to be the 1 seed.
You should be critical of him right now, saying he should have come back in 2 weeks.
No, I should no. Athletes understand when athletes get injured, it takes time. I mean, and every athlete's different. Some athletes, maybe they could have.
Okay, did he have a torn tendon? No.
Skip, you know how ankle sprains keep guys out. It kept Michael Thomas in the football. We know football players are tough. It kept him out 8 weeks. It kept Christian McCaffrey missed the rest of the season with a high ankle sprain. So why didn't he come back in 2 weeks?
I just have to believe they both had some damage that we don't know about.
Well, he got some damage you don't know about.
Well, is that it? Have you been apprised of that?
Oh, my goodness. I wasn't apprised of C. Max on. I wasn't apprised of Michael Thomas. Those high ankle sprains are tough to overcome. If he had rolled it over the top, like most people roll their ankles over the top, as a not pronating it in, he might have been back. As a matter of fact, we've seen him roll it over the top, Skip, where his ankle actually touched the ground.
I've seen it a dozen times.
Yes.
I saw it in the finals last year, and I said, uh-oh. No, he just shook it off.
Right.
He shook it off like it didn't even happen. Didn't even hear a peep about it after the game. Really?
Yeah. But when that thing rolled in, man.
I think there's some rest going on here.
See, I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah.
I know you were going to do that because we got you shook right now. You saw what happened on Saturday night? We got you shook.
I'm so shook.
And I want to know why the best player in the NBA couldn't win that game. He got to win that one, Skip. He got to win that one. That's what you told me.
Kevin Durant is the best player on this planet, as he's demonstrated in the 2 games he's been back. He's on a minutes restriction. He just simply couldn't play enough minutes.
He needed to be on a turnover restriction. He's averaging 7 a game.
Well, he's been out for a while.
Whoa. That ain't nothing to do.
With a legitimate hamstring tear.
They said nothing. They said they listed it as a hamstring strain. They ain't mentioned nothing about no tear. Now, you fill it in the blanks here.
Well, at least he came off with an Achilles tear. Did he not have that?
No, he passed that. We passed that. Don't do that, Skip.
Okay.
So the Achilles was the reason he was out.
Did the Lakers hang a banner off Saturday night?
No.
It felt like a banner game to me, right?
It's good. You shook. You shook. You
Do I look shook?
Yeah, you look shook.
I think the shook one is you after you watched the Clippers